What is going on, guys? Today we're going to be mounting our switch panel and our radio, and to do that we got to make our little custom like sheet metal kind of like radio trim thing because ours is fucked. So we'll be doing that. Before we do that, let's roll that intro. So if you own a 240, then you're probably well aware of the little radio trim piece always being fucked, just always, every time. Like it's just a mess. Before we jump into that, I just want to do a little question of the day: naturally aspirated or boosted? Let me know. Comment down below. So that's the piece that I was talking about. This thing, look at it. Like really? It's cracked there too where the tape is. In case you were wondering, yeah, it is fucked, so we're not even going to use that. The OEM replacement for this piece, $150 to get this shitty plastic. If you're trying to have like a totally stock interior, then you sort of don't have a choice other than to spend $150 for this. That's terrible. And then the carbon fiber one is actually cheaper. It's like $130. And it's like, really, dude? That's so dumb. And to do what we're trying to do with just some sheet metal, that's like literally $20 for this big sheet. I think it's like 4 foot by 3 foot or something like that. Is that's like $100 to get it. You can get it custom though, so where it has already the gauge pods and everything, all the slots and everything already pre-drilled, so you don't have to do anything. That is nice. That's convenient. We won't have that. We're literally just having the switch panel and the radio. And the radio is going to sit up here. We'll have to probably cut out there so we can get the radio to sit in there. And I got to figure out how I'm going to mount the radio because I never had a bracket for it. It just sort of chilled in there. Didn't really get attached to anything, but it also didn't move, so that was nice. But now I'd like to get like at least like a sort of semi-sturdy mount, you know, for it. And then with this one, we're just going to have the 6 screws holding that in. Call that good. And then yeah, we'll have the shift boot thing. I'd like to get a new shift boot too, because the one I had is like cloth and dirt and stuff gets on it and it sticks to it and it's just all bad. So I'd like to get a leather one, but for now we'll use the stock one as a template. So the first thing that we're going to do is get this stuff out of the way. And there we go, we got everything out of the way. I literally just pushed the switch panel back there because it's sort of crimped on the power and ground wires, so that's as far out as it's going to get. But yeah, now we've got this nice work area, so what we're going to do is make a template out of cardboard. So we'll just get some cardboard, get it to the right shape, and then transfer that over to some sheet metal, and we should be good. So now we've got our cardboard, we've got our piece. This is only here so I can get this corner correctly, so we'll just trace it out, cut it, and then put it in there. Hopefully it lines up and we don't have to do any more cuts, but if we do, you know, not a big deal, we'll just fix it. Okay guys, so after 2 attempts, one there and one in here, we actually got it. And by got it, I mean this corner. We actually got it pretty fucking good. It's real close. It's perfect, you know, it'll get the job done. So now we just gotta continue the line to there and then get it over to here, and we'll have to cut this shorter so it sits in there perfectly. And if you notice, we do have a little overhang, and that's good because on this piece, you can see it's got some overhang there. So hopefully we'll be able to mimic that, and when it gets down to the curve, it'll be a little tricky, but hopefully we can figure something out. So guys, this is what I've got so far, and honestly I think I'm just going to start over because that looks terrible, and it's not long enough. It doesn't go the whole way, so we're gonna have to start over. This has proved to be way harder than I thought it would be. Alright guys, so it's been just a mess, really. This is as good as we're gonna get. Don't worry, it will be flocked with the dash, so it'll be kind of like a suede material. It won't have this outline there. We'll be good. We don't have to worry about that. But I'm going to be doing a two-piece thing just because it's easier that way. I'll have the shift boot on this piece. I won't be able to do that though until we get the trans in, so I can see where the shifter is going to go and how I need to lay out the boot. But the radio fits in there, the switch panel fits in there perfectly, everything looks great. The only issue is I need to figure out how I'm going to mount the radio. I have to somehow mount the radio in there so it's separate from this piece, so I could take this piece off without having to take the radio off. Because I don't want to have to keep unplugging and plugging back in the radio, because the plug is like right at the back and it's not fun plugging in and out. So I've got to figure out how I'm going to do that, and then we can go from there. Alright guys, so we got it. It's kind of ghetto, but they're just not going anywhere. It's zip tied. Yeah, that's what it is. It's zip tied. Partly to the dash and partly to the dash bar. That's this guy that goes all the way across. Yeah, I had no other option that I could think of really, besides making some like super complicated brackets that would take so long, and all because I wanted the switch panel below the radio. But hey, I think it actually came out pretty good, not gonna lie. So that radio trim piece is right here. I just sprayed some paint on it because I had the white like Sharpie on it and it looked bad, so I just sprayed a coat of paint real quick just so it looks a little better. It will be flocked with the dash. I honestly don't know when that's happening. That's not a high priority on the list. I really just want to get this thing going. And look at these daytime running lights. I don't know, I think they're badass. If you haven't seen that video, definitely check it out up there. Yeah, so we'll put her back in. We won't do the trans parts today until the trans is in, so we can get an idea of how big the shift boot needs to be, because I want to see if I can do like almost like a gated shifter kind of thing, you know? See if I can make that work, and if not, then we'll just have a shift boot like a normal person. So here she is, guys. She's all painted, actually matches the dash, which is pretty sweet, even though it will be flocked. Don't worry, and if you don't know what flocking is, it just makes it like a suede material. That will be done. Not too sure when, because first we gotta get the bitch running, and then we can worry about that. Alright guys, I'm gonna end it here. Thank you so much for watching. Please leave a like if you did. Comment your answer to the question of the day down below. Hit that subscribe button. I'll see you guys next time. Peace.